So for your first assignment this week, you're going to need to be hosting your website somewhere out on the web. If you already have hosting, then it's not necessary for you to view this video. But if you don't have hosting, I have a free option available for you. And it's not to say that you have to use this hosting option, but I did find one that was free that I wanted to show you how you could set it up. And also I want to show you how you can FTP. So I'm going to be using x10hosting.com for the free hosting, and I'm going to be using FileZilla for the FTP application. And FileZilla is available on all platforms, so it doesn't matter if you're on Windows or Mac, you can use FileZilla. And the free hosting, the X10 hosting, is available for anything. So in order to use the hosting, you're going to need to create an account. You're going to click create account, and you're going to need to come up with some sort of subdomain. So this is going to be based on what is currently available. You might just want to try your name. So for instance, if I try emily.x10host.com and click continue, surprisingly that is available. So that is going to be my demo example. If you try a name that's not available, then you're just going to have to plug in something else. You're going to want to enter your email address and click continue. And then you're going to want to create a password. And you should probably read the terms of service. And once you have, you can click I agree and submit. Now, once you've signed up, you're going to need to go check the inbox of your email and then click here to continue. So I'll go check my email real quick. Once you've checked your email, it's going to ask you to confirm your email. And once you've done that, then it's going to verify that your account has been confirmed and you can click continue. And at this point, you're going to be logged into your account, and it's going to give you details about your account. I'm just going to leave this window open, and what I'm going to do next is I'm going to go ahead and download an FTP application. We're going to be using FileZilla for this example, which is a free FTP application. It is cross-platform, so if you want to use this, you can. There are all sorts of different FTP applications available, so if you have something else that you like, again, feel free to use that. I'm currently working on a Mac, so I'm going to download the other client option right here for the Mac OS, and I'm just going to go ahead and get the free version of the software. I don't need the pro version, and it's going to download to my computer, and you're going to want to go ahead and install the application. So I'll do that next. And depending on what your operating system is, you may have different ways that you need to install the application, but it should be pretty straightforward. And once you're done, you should have something that looks similar to this. Depending on your operating system, though, it may look slightly differently. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to install. It is worth noting that when you do the install, it's going to give you some warnings, and you'll want to pay attention to this because it also is going to potentially install other things which you don't want. So read through these, don't just blindly click. All you need is FileZilla. So for instance, I don't want this search offer, so I'm going to skip it. And I don't want Opera, so I'm going to skip. And then it's going to install. It lets me know that this has been completely installed. And at this point, it should go ahead and launch the application. So I'm just going to click OK, and I'll bring the window into view. Our window looks something like this, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to navigate to where my local files are stored. So that's going to be different on everyone's computer. And once you have navigated into where your website is being stored, it's going to show you in the lower part of the left-hand pane all of the files that are part of this particular folder. So now what I want to do is I want to connect with my remote site, and I want to upload this information. In order to do that, I'm going to need to get some information from my hosting company. And if you are using the X10 hosting, if you go ahead and you click on this link for quick FTP, it's going to give you some information. So it's going to tell you the server address. So I'm going to copy that information. I'll go back into FileZilla, and I want to make a connection at this point. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come up here to the top, and I'm going to enter the host information. I'll go back to X10 hosting. This is my username. So I'll paste that in, and then the password is your password. So that's whatever you specified as your password. And the port that we want to be using is 21, and I'm getting that information from right here. So all this information is available for you in the X10 hosting window. You're going to go ahead and you're going to click Quick Connect, and you'll get a dialog box that's going to ask you if you want to save your passwords. And I do want it to save the passwords, so I can go ahead and click that. And if you want to do that, then you don't have to enter that every time. Now, once you click OK, it's going to connect, and you may get this unknown certificate warning message. This is just some information that's letting you know that this certificate is unknown, so it just wants to make sure that you are safely connecting. I'm going to click OK, and I'll check this box right here, always trust certificate. And I'll check this box right here, trust this certificate. I'll click OK. And now that I've done that, it's going to connect me to the remote site. So this is my information on Xhost's server where I'm going to put my stuff. And you're going to actually want to put your files inside public HTML folder. So I'm going to go into public HTML, and I'm going to grab the files that I want to work on. So on my demo website, you can see here it's only going to show me folders. I need to actually grab the files from down here. So I'm going to select my index file, my images, and any other files. And then I would simply drag them over here to the right-hand pane. What's showing in the right-hand pane is what I have selected down here below, which is my public HTML. Now here's my unknown certificate warning. I'll just click always trust the certificate. I'll click OK. And it's going to upload that information. And at this point, now these files have been migrated to the server. So if I go back to Xhost, this is my URL that I'm using right here, your domain. So if I click on that, it's going to take me to my domain under xhost.com, and here's going to be my website. Now this is only a one-page website, so it's just going to display this one page, but if you had uploaded a bunch of files, you would have those available as well. And that's pretty much how you can FTP. So this is an option for you if you don't have any other hosting. I do want to mention that because Xhost is free, it can take a while. So in this video, I did speed up a little bit of the wait time. So that is a downfall to using something that's free. But this hosting company tends to be pretty good in the fact that they don't have advertisements or anything like that. If you have another option, feel free. If you want to pay for hosting, which really, if you're going to pursue web design, you should just go ahead and pay for hosting. And hosting is relatively inexpensive. You can probably get solid hosting out there for perhaps $5 a month, or maybe even less if you look around. But needless to say, this is a free option, and this will suffice for what you'll need to be able to do in this class.